Is it recording?
I believe so, yes. Sam, will you look at this? I'm pretty sure it is. I think I'm good. I'm good, right? Yeah, okay, sorry, go ahead.
All right, well, I will call to order the Township Board meeting for September 16th, 2025 for Portage Township. Quick roll call, Ryan Hill, present.
Muhammad Shabazz is present.
Cheryl Ash is absent for the moment. We'll keep an eye out for her. Okay, and Jason Critchlow is absent. Lana's here in his place. Okay, so to approve the agenda, Mohammed, you're staff with.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda for our September 16th meeting.
All right, well, second, so that passes. Approval of the minutes for the August 19th board meeting. Well, that might be Cheryl. I'll pull it up and see if she can join us.
Oh, please. Hello, ma'am. We're in the minutes, so you're good. Yeah. Where are we? You're in here, ma'am.
Oh, here. Oh, hi.
Hello,
Hello,
come on in.
congratulations.
Sorry.
It's hot out there.
Yeah. This organization I belong to, we're having a film festival here at the library of films that have been done by people incarcerated. So I went to pay for the room fees to book the auditorium. And they couldn't do, 2 cards.
Hmm.
Then I had to call the bank and tell them to switch money over to my account, so there wasn't enough in the offender account, it's short like $5. Okay, where are we at?
We just approved the agenda and we're just on approval of minutes.
Okay, I didn't see anything wrong.
Nope.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for our August 19th, 20 for Township Board meeting.
Cheryl, give me a second.
I second.
All in favor?
I,
All right, it's approved.
that takes it.
Okay, so that's taking us to new business. We've got to talk about the 2026 budget public hearing. Lana, are you able to fill us in on that?
Well, first of all, do we have any public comment?
Oh,
Or no?
yes, that,
Just
sorry.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, open up the floor for public comment. Is there anyone online?
See anybody online? Mm-mm.
Nope, nobody here. Once again, no one stopping in to say anything. Very sad. All right, so new business. Lana?
So the 2026 budget public hearing, Brian, I'm gonna have you open that up for discussion.
Okay. We'll go ahead and open the 2026 budget public hearing.
Do we have a date for it yet? I know it probably was in some place.
You mean where we're going to adopt it?
Yeah, don't we have to have a public hearing, right? And then we vote?
Yes.
Same day?
That will be in October, yes.
Okay, same day we vote.
Yes.
Okay.
So today, Ryan's opened it up, for the public hearing, and any comments or any questions, things that you'd like to discuss today,
Okay.
I would highly recommend you.
Okay, so this is the public hearing,
Yes,
for the 26th,
yes,
and then we'll vote at a regular meeting.
yes.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So today's the good day to, for the
Okay.
discussion, so yes. So you have, budget form number 3 here. Should be your notice to taxpayers showing obviously the rainy day general debt service we have now with, our bond from last year on it, township assistance, the, fire protection, and also the fire territory replacement funds. This form does show also, the excess levy appeal that, our township is going for downstate, that we're putting the appeal for, that which includes the $750,000 for the general fund and the additional $250 for the township assistance fund for additional services, you know, that we are.
Okay, so that's column 4, right?
Yep.
So that's the one that, okay, I remember right. That's the one that will have to be approved, right?
Right.
Because it was appealed. The rest of the money is for sure, right?
Well, this is
It
the.
sure isn't gonna be with the state of Indiana.
Well, exactly. And so, you know, the goal is obviously also, we want to make sure that we make it higher, because if we have to modify this down, also depending on what we hear in November, December with the appeal and everything else, it's better to be obviously high, and then at that time we'll go back, you'll go back.
So the only thing that they can turn down is what, the 250?
And the 750? That's the levy appeal, like the kind of, the one we went last year. Remember last year, they gave us like a partial one.
Right,
Because they wouldn't, increase township assistance, even though it, you know, it sorely needed it, because it wasn't a new service.
okay,
But in the case of, there were some new services last year with a facilities manager, a senior center, a food pantry.
Right.
So they did approve a lot of that. So we're going back around this time again, and, this includes, you know, because we have, a couple cemeteries now.
right.
We'll have a couple parks, you know, we have the ballpark that's, you know.
Yeah,
that's gonna flush
we have
out.
increased property
Correct.
that's gonna have to be maintenance.
Exactly.
Right.
And serviced, exactly. So, and that also is this little backup behind it, which is some of the little breakout between the general admin and, township assistance.
Right.
Or like things between the salary and like legal services, cemetery supplies we'll need, you know, like I said, we did formally take over the one off of 2, which Jason and I and Jamie and then Aaron, who's the facilities manager here, went and walked and reviewed, and we're still waiting to get the Portage Cemetery. So. Mhm.
The only reason I'm asking is I just wanna know, given how the state has been lately, what they can turn down. So anything in the assessed levy, column number 4, they could turn down.
Correct, that is
Okay.
correct, that is correct.
Right. And if they were to turn us down, we'll be in real trouble
Yeah.
with all this extra stuff that the law says we have to take over
Exactly,
cemeteries
exactly,
when they're abandoned, right?
exactly.
Okay.
So what that next step or option is, I
Yeah,
leave that for
right.
Jason.
No,
to-
right. I mean, I'm
to
just simply
discuss
making
with
sure
you.
I know if,
Oh,
if
100%,
the state is not too wise.
correct.
Okay. But I think if I have any questions, I didn't.
Yeah, because you're right, Cheryl, today is the public hearing, and then the adoption, of the budget will be on the 21st of
Mhm.
October, so yeah,
Do we need to have another public hearing, or is it just this one?
it's just this one. So
Okay,
this,
so this is the official public hearing.
yes,
Okay.
so that's why any
It's the only- we're the only
comments or
people that ever
discussion.
Shows up.
Well, I was gonna say, and once again, let it be known that there is nobody here, nobody from the city or city council or any of the other groups.
Had some concerns about what we're doing.
So
Mhm.
I don't see any issues here. For under the number 5, that says current tax levy, like general fund, 200,000. How does that work? Is that what is estimated to currently be coming our way, or?
I believe so, yes, yeah, which is not a lot, which, as you guys remember from our June deposit, when we got the remittance, it was slashed by 2/3, so yeah,
Yeah.
we're still in a bad way as far as even just a regular normal budget, and trying to figure our options around that, and that's what makes this excess levy, you know, approval so important, hopefully. It
I
would
mean,
help,
that's not even enough to pay salaries. 200,000.
but also in conjunction with that, we also do get monthly lit funds, which do contribute to that too in the general, which is approximately $26,000 a month. So,
So, great. Okay. Keep an eye on that.
mhm.
All right, is there any other comments or questions on
No.
the estimated budget?
Only other question I have is, when will we know if we're gonna get the excess levy appeal?
If I forgot to ask Jason the specific date, but I believe it's sometime in November or at the latest, early December this year.
Okay, gotcha.
So then you guys will revisit, if I remember correctly, so, yeah.
Do you know if we currently have anything in the rainy day fund?
We do not, we did not, for this year, or I should say the board and, did not elect to, fund the, rainy day fund, so, no. It's all in general and township and fire.
Now, the rainy day fund can be used for,
That's a little more, yeah,
is it restricted? Can be used for anything?
I don't think it can be used for assistance. It's,
I guess that's what I'm asking. Is the rainy day fund just for Pacific areas, you know?
if I remember correctly, yes. I don't believe it can be used for, I'm trying to remember.
it's basically emergency operations.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's what I thought.
But just because we're not raising anything for it, doesn't mean there's nothing in there. So is there just nothing in that?
There's like, I believe it's like $1,600, because last year we did not appropriate, I should say you did not appropriate funding in
Right.
there, so yeah. Just the cuts that they, did starting this year in June have really,
Well, I mean, that's why I
Heard
was
of.
wondering. I thought we had, because I remember arguing a bit on that, because
Yeah.
in case there were problems.
right,
but-
no, exactly.
But here's my thing about rainy day funds. Putting money aside in a rainy day fund, if you've got people have a need.
Mhm.
And I just got someone called me when I left my house to, help apply for unemployment. They were working 3 days a week. Now they've been laid off. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so it's hard for me to justify money in a rainy day fund. When we got people coming here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, but the point is that we could have a problem in a few months where there's some big emergency, right? And we should have something stored on hand.
Now, what can the rainy day fund be used for? That's my question. Is
And
it restricted?
well, that's what we were saying, is we think it's actually just for operations, because township assistance seems to be heavily restricted what money can be used for
Okay.
and who it goes to.
Okay, so basically the rainy day fund, is only good for,
You probably use it.
like capital stuff, maintenance, that kind of stuff.
Right.
It should be used for that kind, for not
Exactly,
capital,
not
but
capital.
Okay, just
maintenance or like,
non-people oriented thing.
well, if there's a disaster, I think that would be separate from
Okay.
assistance funds in my
Oh, here, I
understanding.
need to sign something down.
So if we need to, like, there's a blizzard that knocks people's homes out,
Okay,
I think that's an area, because that doesn't have to go under assistance, we can do that.
Correct. And like some of the other things we've done that
Yeah.
don't require a application to be done,
Exactly,
okay.
that we have assisted with.
Okay.
Correct.
but generally speaking, good best practice is to have 6 months of rainy day.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I know the,
But
previous,
rainy day,
yeah, I know the previous governor
Right.
quit giving money to, like grandparents who took their kids in but couldn't afford it. And
Right.
they were promised that money and then,
right?
right. So I just don't, I mean, I understand rainy day funds, but if we're turning people down for assistance and
Well,
that
that's the
money
thing,
can be
though.
good.
Well,
Cross.
right.
They
Right,
can't
right now,
cross.
we have not been turning, people, and we'll talk a little more about that in the review and stuff. We have not been turning anybody really
But we
away.
cut out what we were given before, right?
We cut down
We cut down,
dramatically, so yeah.
right. that's
Just
what
like
I'm
giving
saying.
them, yeah, for the utilities and also for the housing, for the rental assistance. Yeah. I mean, the things we are currently cutting out because we don't know how we would be able to fund them is the things like Codes for Kids right now and stuff. We don't know that, which deeply saddens us because that's a lot of fun and a great time. And it's awesome to see. But you know what? We're just gonna keep working and trucking.
Yeah,
Sharon,
how
see
much
what we
is
can do to
that
get
end
there.
up costing generally? Was it 100,000
The what?
codes for kids?
Oh, no, that's more like 11,000,
Oh, okay.
12,000, yeah.
That was 11 or 12.
The Codes for Kids.
Okay, right.
I'm hoping someday, I mean, I'm not the trustee, I'm not the board, but like, we get a path back to a lot of that stuff, that something breaks free and
Right.
works for that.
Now, we've already found out how much we were supposed to get, but we're not gonna get for the second half, right?
It's currently still, yeah, at that, which is like 1/3 of what we were supposed to get. So I think for the whole year between the two funds, it was like $1.4 million.
Mhm.
So it's
Right.
1/3 of that is,
So, right, so we've already known.
yeah.
Now, has
When that
any of that
deposit, when that
come?
deposit come, well, in June, it comes in June and December. And that's how we started to discover, and Jason
Okay.
started to research downstate and with our financial advisor and other people like the DLGF, like what is going on here? You know, it's one thing to say in the next years or whatever, you're gonna be cut, but it's another thing to all of a sudden you get your first deposit and you go, what's going on here?
So
With no warning, so.
Right, so technically, they could do that again before December comes, right?
I don't know, hopefully not. I don't think so, but I think it's now been set, that's it, you know.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna hope not and just keep going on, because we are still out helping, assisting people on a daily basis. People come in all the time, so, and working their cases and seeing what we can, you know, do to assist them and help out, because we're also one of the only games in town.
Right.
They will be doing EAP this year though, too, so
Mhm.
we can, but does anybody else have any, you know, other comments or about the, public hearing, the budget public hearing for 2026?
I don't,
You know?
I don't.
Do we need to have any kind of motion on that?
Well, you need to close the
Close the
hearing,
hearing.
yeah, and then we'll go on to,
Okay.
right,
All right, I will go ahead and close the public hearing on the budget then, and then we can have a look at the capital
Okay,
improvement.
I second that we close it.
I don't think we need a vote on that, but.
Okay,
I
I'm
think we just
in
close it,
favor
yeah.
of closing it.
When did we usually do codes for kids? Was that October?
Late October,
Yeah.
mhm.
Probably too late to try to raise money for that.
I don't know, maybe,
But that was because we didn't know that we were
no,
getting our money taken away.
yeah, that's, yeah.
So I know one thing. See if we can talk to Christ Child about being a referral agency,
Okay, we have been in the past,
because they give coats out
yeah,
and gloves.
Yeah.
Since we're not doing it.
Yeah,
Right.
I was a Christ child kid.
Hmm?
I was a Christ child kid.
I think the first year I was here, I went and, you know, got all the information so that we could refer, so I would be the point person.
Yeah,
And the second year, I know it was Jamie, so I can have Jamie follow up
yeah.
with that to
So we
verify
can-
again. So that way we could.
Because one of the
people.
problems is on the list are not, if I remember right, they're almost all public schools, okay, that can refer. But I don't think any of the alternative schools, and there are a lot of somewhat low income kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That go to those schools.
Oh, yeah.
So if we could be a referral agency, that would be great.
I will definitely have Jamie follow up for this year, because like I said, we have
Mhm.
been in the past. Brian, if you wanna go into
Okay.
the,
Like I said, next is the adoption of the capital improvement plan.
so this falls in line with property tax bill, SB1, which requires a capital improvement plan, because if any unrestricted or unallocated, funds a township would have, it's in compliance with this bill, would have to go 30% of it to help out with county or city with things, the
Mhm.
roads. So this is the township's capital improvement plan showing that the, funding for, this specifically is for the fire territory, because there are no excess funds available, or that will be left over that will apply to this bill for township assistance or general, because obviously of all that's going on. So you can go through and look at each page, there's nothing on it, but if you go to the last page, I'm sorry, the second to last page, it shows the plan of how these funds, and this is what you're looking at today, and you will, I'll have you vote on, which is, this is for the fire territory, so these are the, for the replacement fund, the funds that the township will be getting in for them, but that they've already been, that there's already a capital improvement plan that the township has for them, like $410,000 for ambulance and $118,000 for turnout gear for the firefighters, new firefighters, I'm sure, and fire equipment, that all this money has been allocated. So this, yeah.
Talking about this
Yeah,
page?
yeah, so this kind of shows, so, and actually, Mohammed, I think I'm gonna leave it like this, because it would be a resolution for the chair. So There's a resolution in your packet, which I'll have you guys sign, or I need an A or an A, to adopt this capital improvement plan for 2026. That these funds for the fire territory equipment replacement funds have already been spoken for,
Okay.
so they cannot be utilized as part of this bill. So,
That's fine with me. Any
Yeah.
questions on it? Is there a motion?
Make a motion that, well, it's A or nay, do we?
A or nay, yeah. I need three, I need an I or, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Thank you
yeah.
for the motion.
I make a motion that we vote up or down, resolution 18/2026.
I
Mm.
second.
All in favor? Aye.
You wanna have me what I'm supposed to sign?
Yeah, I've got both of them, yes, I'll get a little,
I vote yes.
And let the record show that Mohammed voted A.
I think that was an EH. He's going for Canadian.
Yeah, you know it. You know it.
So the board, yeah, let the board know that three A's and no nays for, their, approving resolution 18/2026. The 2026 plan adoption showing, how the funds will be in the capital improvement plan be utilized. Thank you.
You'll just need to make some copies.
Yes, yes, okay. Okay, Ryan, you can go ahead.
All right, next was the overview of township assistance guidelines.
So, my understanding is Jason has emailed it to all of you. And he thought it'd be a good time to see if, you were in favor of adopting those guidelines as part of all this now, or if you had any further discussion or wanted to hold
I
any
haven't
of
had
that.
a chance to really look them over. I
Okay.
mean, we made a lot of changes.
I
before,
don't
but-
think so, but can we,
Hmm,
same
we
with
can.
me,
You'd like to review them for the next meeting?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, and have discussed, I
I
should
will
say,
definitely, I mean, I started it, but I
Yeah.
didn't finish
no, that's
it.
fine, for the next meeting.
Is there anything that, any comments from staff though about the assistance guidelines? Any barriers they're seeing or issues that they've encountered with people that we should consider?
There's really not, like, as far as restrictions, as far as, income, guidelines or other things, their barriers are having more money to
Right.
assist people.
Right.
There's one thing that I encountered with someone and, and this person wasn't 100% honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think we need to work on a policy about people borrow money. You know what I mean? Like they're laid off, whatever, they borrow money. So then when they get their tax return, they pay back the person they loan money to.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I had mentioned to Jason was that it won't help everybody. But if somebody loans you money, then it needs to be formally, because we do have some repeaters. We have a lot of repeaters. Okay, that you have to, have that notarized, have to be more official.
Oh, as far as if somebody borrows money from a friend or a family member,
And then taxes come and they pay them
they
back.
pay them back. So you're saying if they had a notarized statement from the person saying, so-and-so has paid me back, they owed me $200 or.
Yeah, or I loan
whatever.
so-and-so
Or I
X
loan,
number and they're gonna pay me back.
yeah, like that kind
You
of
know what I
stuff.
mean?
Right.
With their tax money or something, because if you don't pay back,
Mm-hmm,
right,
right.
then nobody gonna lend you some money.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I mean, I know people, cause I've loaned people money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna pay me back when they get their taxes, right?
Right.
And all, but, like I said, the person wasn't exactly 100% honest, right?
Right.
But they did have their godmother loan them money, was the understanding when they got their taxes.
They would pay it back.
Right, so I'm not saying we need to do it now, but we need to figure out a policy
Okay.
about, like, for instance, if someone like owns a car and they're making car payments
Mhm.
because it's a loan,
Mm-hmm,
we count that, don't we, as,
right.
We
Well,
don't-
it's an expense, yeah.
we count it as an expense.
Mm-hmm,
I think we need to figure out if somebody got, which they probably do, get from a payday loan place, we count that
They
as
do-
an expense.
they do sometimes too, exactly.
Okay, I think we need to figure out how we're gonna do those kind of, people loan people money. but make it so it's at least a little.
You mean the issue is you're concerned that their bank accounts show them paying out, so they might get denied for it?
I think that's what you're saying, like,
Because they're saying that you're used up,
Because they
wasted
don't know
resources,
that,
I guess.
so we wouldn't know that they got a loan and paid that loan back. So
Because you're
it'd be
saying-
like, what happened to your tax money? Because
So what happened to $500 of your tax money? You don't have a receipt for it.
You don't think that might create a pretty obvious loophole where someone can?
Well, not if it's, wait a minute, not if it's done. And it's notarized on the day that the money is loaned or within a week or two of when the money is loaned.
That's a pretty big bureaucratic barrier though for people.
But it's a
Something
worse
notarized.
barrier because the person was not gonna get money from here because they could not show that they're, you know, I mean, the godmother could write a note, but that note would have come afterwards.
Is that something that would affect them, Lana?
Occasionally, because sometimes it's not unverifiable. They'll just say I had to pay back my mother. Now, have the caseworker seen from the people, like a note, like a mother will say, I lent her $1,100. She just got her tax check back and, she paid me back. Have I seen that? Yeah, I've seen that in the last couple of years, once or twice. Is that a barrier? Yeah. It's sometimes when you can't prove it, they say they borrowed money from somebody, so now they have to pay them back and that's why they're short again. But when they don't have, let's say, I guess I would assume what you're saying is you're suggesting if they got a note that was notarized from the.
When the money was loaned,
Right. That's
not
what I mean.
bringing
They
in.
wouldn't know about that, right?
But they
No,
would
the
know they're
word-
coming
the
for
word
assistance,
spread, because
though.
they're gonna
Right.
be repeat people. There's gonna be some repeat people who come in here. And, so, I mean, does it affect a lot of people? No. But the person I know that affected it called me.
Can anyone here, is anyone here a notary? Any of the staff?
Just Jason, but I'm pursuing for myself and Samantha
Yeah.
to become
Okay.
notaries too. I am, so yeah, I need to do it. No, I know it's not. It's just.
I mean, that's the thing. If we do add this in, my concern is it creates a barrier that's harder to forgive once there's a process there. So I
Well-
think we need to make sure that it's not.
Yeah,
just Jason
but my
that's a
person-
notary.
My person got turned down
Right,
until we came up with a solution.
right, and that's what I'm saying, like, we need to have more of a solution than just you have to go get it notarized, because some people and then they have to find the person that and then meet them to do the
Oh,
notary.
it's not, they don't have a problem finding sometimes a person to loan the money. The problem is when they come here and they say, where did that $300 go of your taxes? Well, I paid my brother back, I paid my aunt back, but this is word travels,
Right,
okay, about how agencies operate to give you things. Word will travel that if you loan somebody money, okay,
so if someone loans you money,
well, if someone loans you money, word will travel that, you have to have, to be handwritten, that Mary Smith loaned Mohammed, my money, $80 or $400, and we'll be paying him back through tax money, or we'll paying him back whatever. And then it's notarized when that money is loaned and everything.
what do you think, Mohammed?
I think we need to figure out a way.
I think that what she's saying is that is a possibility, but she wants to figure out a way that if you borrow this money and you have to pay this money back at tax time, then there's a way that we should have something set up to where we know how this took place, so that we're not denying it.
Yes, and so they're not calling me.
Because we
I guess
really
it-
don't know, like you say,
Yeah, you won't know.
whatever,
I
but
guess
like.
if we don't make it like an ironclad thing, right? Like, that's what would worry me is, again, you have to have a notary and like,
Okay, all I can say is my person was turned down,
right.
okay, until I talk to you. You know what I'm talking about.
But saying like,
I think I know who you're talking about.
having a notarized receipt would be counted toward it instead of you must have, right? Like, that's my,
Yeah,
I want the
Like it's a
flexibility.
requirement, like it's a requirement.
Right, I don't want it to be a requirement, but I do want it to be something they can do that'll help their case.
okay.
And another thing about what Ryan is, I think Ryan was saying is that, And why he asked about the notary here, cause then you can have it notarized here instead of trying to run around and find. a notary.
Well, the problem is banks notarize, but poor people don't have
I know.
Thank
That's
you.
what-
banks. So
that's
it just to have a
exactly-
notary here
Right.
to help people out.
That's why I'm saying, like, it's a good idea, it's just, I wanna make sure it's done in a way that it's actually useful for people to take advantage.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. Like I
And
said,
not,
I had to call Jason and explain what this person, what was going on, right?
okay,
And everything.
well, that's something that you can share with Jason, just something to add into the guidelines.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how,
But
but
you can put some language together, we'll talk about it and talk about it next time.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cause I think we've got the concerns, we've got the idea, we've got the solution, so just need to get it down in writing.
But I do like the idea of us having staff being a notary, some of the staff being a notary. Cause I mean, I've had to drive people and the law says you can't charge more than like $8 or $9.
couldn't when you were
So you
clerk.
don't make any money.
They used to tell us we couldn't. So no, yeah, they used to tell us that we couldn't, so we didn't pursue it. But then towards the end of my tenure, it was like, was that really the case? Cause yeah. They told us we weren't allowed to be, and I don't know what the conflict, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Mhm.
Say it again?
I thought that was the point of the clerk.
I know, no, they said we couldn't be notaries. I don't know if that was just a previous
Oh,
clerk before the.
find out.
Well, no, I'm not there anymore, so.
Right.
Yeah, no, I am pursuing it for like, for, I didn't
I
tell Sam,
could see
I
it.
didn't tell Sam yet, but I was making her a notary too.
Right.
But I am actually, that was on my plate the last week. It's funny that Cheryl brings it up in this realm, cause I'm like, oh, it's funny you should bring that up. Cause I was pursuing her and I both having the, option for whatever that is.
Yeah.
So it's not just
I
Jason.
mean, there may be a law that says we can't be a notary, but.
No, I think somebody said it had something to do with the clerk's office, but obviously that's.
Well, they probably just didn't want you to be able to help people.
Yeah.
That's the case, but yeah, but no, cause actually I got a phone call today from St. Margaret's House. I think someone there needed a notary and I was like, you just missed Jason, you know what I mean? So it'd be nice to help them out too if needed, so
Well, I mean, it goes
So, yeah.
back to trying to tie more services in here, I think.
100%.
Right, so.
100%. So with that being said, services, we'll talk about the budget and assistance review, which is still chugging along. Obviously shelter, I'm gonna just run over real quick to the assistance. Things like electric, gas, water, shelter are still pretty much under budget, but obviously in the last 30 days, you know, we've cut in half how much we normally give out in a month. I wanna say, I should have looked up that figure, 15,000 or something like that between all of them, because everything literally was cut in half.
Mhm. Could we have, the real services applications here for energy assistance?
We have been talking to them about that, of having the packets this year, yes, so that become a real reality this time around, so yeah.
Yes.
Jason
So
and
it's
I, and I'll
not
make
an
it up.
extra trip down there to get it.
Correct, that's what, we were just actually talking about that this morning, of having those available, for people to be able to fill out, because they are, like I was saying earlier in the meeting, they are gonna start, energy assistance, I believe, on October 15th.
Mhm.
And the funding, I don't have the final numbers yet on it, but it doesn't seem as restrictive. I was kind of worried that they were gonna get really pushed back. But I don't think it's gonna be super restrictive, so which is kind of good news for the people, so.
Cause that money doesn't come from the state, it's federal money, right?
There's a lot on here that is, not appropriated, but spent, so I was just wondering about that.
Which one are you looking
Which
at?
one are you looking at?
On the.
Like the admin?
Yeah, there's the office administrator, the printing and advertising.
That office administrator is a clerical error that needs to be moved over because that really belongs under account number. Hold on a second here. Real quick. Actually, 11011 needs to be switched, the
Secretary.
appropriation to 11013, because that's what that position is. So I need to like change on that. Are you talking about some of the other ones down here in the
Yeah.
3000 series?
To me, this is our first real good year with a property inspector.
Mm-hmm,
So I think we'll have a better idea next year,
mm-hmm.
how much we need to allot for that.
That's fine, but there's some of these others, like printing and advertising was another one.
Okay, where's that at?
That's, I can have a
Printing,
printout on a deeper dive of what,
Okay, give me the number, I can find it with the number.
32025.
3-2, okay, right.
So we
Right.
had 5,000 appropriated, we spent 21,000,
26, actually.
26,000.
I know there was some, market research, I know that was done as far as part of the building of here, as far as for a center.
Oh, okay. that
There was
much
also
earlier.
some, promotion advertising of the senior center that we
Right,
did with Real Services to kind of promote them earlier, I remember in
Right.
the summertime. But I can do a little deeper dive if you need to know, on like some of those. Some of the other ones, training dues and subscriptions is one of the ones that's gonna need to be analyzed a little more, because there are just so many things out there that we're doing now, moving parts. As far as subscriptions and things like, now we're doing like MailChimp and all these other ones to reach more people, with our newsletter and with, just, Facebook also, those, boosts and posts cost funding, money and stuff, but they're highly effective.
Yeah.
Cause people are all, the latest one is the Mathis Ballpark, which a lot of people are excited about. So, and a lot of people I talk to, and you guys probably hear this too, like Jason does, those posts and those things like that go a long way. A lot of people hear about all that stuff through that, so they're highly effective. So that's one of those things that has to be a deeper dive to see how like budgetary wise
what we
those
don't,
fit in.
go ahead.
Oh, no.
What we don't spend of that money, we can do what? Remove it up someplace else?
Well, this is just all the funds that was appropriated, by the board last year, so, the cash still stays in the bank, you just, yeah, we can move them up to, yes,
Okay.
exactly. That will be a board meeting like, and we've done that before.
Right,
In December.
cause what I'm hoping is when there is unspent money someplace like November,
Right,
okay, or no, or even December, we can move that money maybe for a one-time, we're gonna give you more just for this month.
We
Oh.
can't move into assistance, remember?
well, not the general admin, but
Okay.
like, depending on if you go to the second page, I'm sorry, Ryan, the township assistance.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying, if it looks like our cash, position and stuff like that is, where we haven't spent as much. of
remember,
maybe-
assistance and general fund have to be separate.
Right, but like burial, right?
Right,
Say come October, we have 10,000 left, then what I'm hoping is that 10,000, we can switch to another area. And we might say, okay, we're gonna switch it to electric and we're gonna give you a little more help just
Oh.
this 1 month.
right.
Right,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, within the same series, we can do that, I think.
Right.
Correct.
And I think for the next year, we need to think about if there's money left. Now, you can only switch within, like, the 100 can only be switched within the 100 or 1,000 or whatever. Like, you can only switch this category here within this category.
Yeah, because you can switch amongst the other ones, and if, I'd have to pull the data, but we did that, I think, last year. But then I think you have to have two different kinds of meetings and you have to publicize them.
Okay.
So there's a lot more involved in it. It can be done, yes. But doing it within what I like to call an inline transfer, that's my lingo from the county, which is like the 3,000 series within the 3,000 or the 1,000 series within the 1,000 is a lot easier. If I remember correctly, for our township, we would have to do like you used to do like, you'd start back in like November, or whatever's meeting, notification, publication for this meeting, and then and it's not super hard, but there's just a little more involved, so that discussion should start to be had, next month, definitely November.
Yeah, because I guess what I'm asking is, can money from the 300 be moved to the about three number beginning, moved to the one beginning?
If need be.
Like, can this be moved up here?
It can be, but that discussion's gonna have to start next month and more into November, because you're gonna have to, like I
Okay.
said, I believe, publish it, and
Okay.
then it's a.
I'd like to get more information about that.
Okay, any other notes on assistance guidelines? Or I mean, the township budget? Wait, we skipped old business, didn't we?
No.
Yes.
Where is the whole business?
Well, no, Ryan's right, I don't think I apologize, Ryan.
Yep.
I kind of jumped over after
Well,
I
you
had
jumped
you do the
ahead.
other, I know, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I actually do have something for old-ish business that I wanted to check on. So, all right, we're gonna move on from the assistance review for the moment. We have some questions for Jason to put together there.
Okay,
Very quickly for old business, I wanted to see if, Alex could double check about, because we've got this all blocked off out here now, right? That's not supposed to happen unless there was a transfer of title on the property. And by letting them do that without fulfilling that obligation, we could be needlessly throwing away our easement rights. So I just want to make sure Alex or someone checks that those obligations have been fulfilled, right? The title is transferred to the developer that will actually be working on it.
Yeah, because, right now you can't use the Jefferson Street easement, right? Because it's blocked off, right?
Yeah,
No.
that whole area is blocked
you
off.
can get in off of Jefferson and come into here. You
Well,
can.
no, the easement before went in
Mhm.
front of those buildings over here.
Mhm.
They've got it blocked off so that you have to go around, which was the adjusted one that was conditional on the sale of the property to the developer.
Right,
Right.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I just want to make sure that, see if Alex or someone can follow up on that to make sure that that's being properly
That we
done.
transferred that part.
But they bought the property and that's blocked off so they can start development, not,
Because it is contingent on if they don't do it, that easement.
it just stays the same, right? There shouldn't be a change. So I just want to make sure, because if there wasn't a change, then that could be us sacrificing one of the ways of access here for no reason.
So you're saying the transfer of the title between
I think,
Crow, right? Like as far as to the developer down in Carmel or whatever.
yeah, I think we'd have to look at, I think Masters said that he was going to adjust the conditions for our agreement. So it would be based on whatever he put in the language. But I just want someone to check on that to make sure that that was done properly and they're not just blocking off half the entryway here.
And have it transfer the title.
Right.
Like they're supposed to. Okay.
Okay, so that was the old business thing, unless there was anything else.
I don't have it.
All right, let's go back to the report. Anything on facilities, Lana?
No new update, obviously, on this building. We're at a, standstill on that. Senior center's running, full bore over there 5 days a week, it looks like now, or they're doing a lot more things, which is really exciting.
Is there a flyer
haven't
here
been-
about what's going on
Oh, what?
about events at the senior center? Cause I wanna take that and give to people.
Oh, a flyer?
Yeah.
Like as far as from us
Just a
to know?
calendar for what they're doing over
There
there.
is a calendar. I
There is
think
one-
it's on
Well,
our,
there's one online.
Yeah,
too.
One online.
there's one on our.
I'm talking about people who aren't gonna go online.
Well, no, at the office, so you could just ask Carla to have something, or they actually have paper copies.
Yes.
Right.
I think they do right inside.
Yeah, they do, and, we just ask, either we need to run up some off, or ask Carla, can, every month some be dropped off to us.
Well, and we should also see about having that shared in other locations, right? Like having someone go around once a month and post that in coffee shops and stuff, so.
Oh,
Again, make sure people see what's going on and that they
well,
can
yeah,
use it.
I brought up, I was at the nurse class last week with Connor, and there were some senior ladies there, and we got talking about it, and they started talking about it, and they were asking me about the current calendar, because they were really interested in the photography one.
Mhm.
A couple of those, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you walk in there, there should be a stack of calendars right there, right when you
Yeah.
walk in. I haven't been there since I went back there.
Right.
I mean, like, it's.
But it's crowded.
I know.
And people will tell me, and a friend of mine, she goes for chair aerobics,
Yeah, Cherry Hill.
The
And
yoga
somebody
is
is-
very popular, yeah.
and somebody else tells me that they're doing the photography class.
Those are, they're very
Got
popular.
photography classes later in the day. Cherry Hill just starts at like 10. And when I go in there at like 11:30, yeah, I mean, it's packed. They're packing up at that time, but.
Mhm.
So, yeah, something to consider, like having that.
I can also check with Sandy over there from
Yeah.
Real Services to see if how she's spreading some of that out, cause I make sure to tell every senior, like I see in every walk of life, of, have you been down to the seniors?
Oh, you know what? We need to see if they're taking it to the public libraries or having, because a lot of seniors go to the public library.
Cindy has good ideas. I mean, like, and she's
Right,
pretty much out there all the time.
right.
Mm-hmm, yes, she is.
And, but I think it shows people think of the township trustee as only helping poor people. You know what I'm saying?
But I-
This is another way to help people understand
Exactly.
that their tax dollars, yes, they go to help poor people, but they're also helping, like with us helping with the center kind of thing.
I think over the last couple of years, I would have to say that I think little by little between the board and Jason, you guys are all, that perception for Portage Township is definitely changing, because obviously
Yes.
that's all it was known for, but it's little by little chipping away.
We actually had Jason give his report over at the county Democrats meeting, and afterwards I got a lot of comments from people like, we had no idea all the things that you all were doing.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
And I think this will be handy, you know, when they keep trying to cut stuff.
Yeah.
You know, to say like our senior center, it isn't just poor people, it's working class, it's middle class, it's.
Serving the community,
Mhm.
services that are in the community.
Right.
Isn't that a great way to put it? I guess. But, you know,
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say, I would rather spend my Monday, Tuesdays, or Monday and Wednesdays with some seniors than these little, you know.
You're on camera.
With these little, I'm gonna leave it at that, you know.
Yeah,
I love seniors, so yeah,
yeah.
I need to get over there more. But yeah, other than that, facilities wise, do we have a new roof at 18?
Oh, do we have
Okay.
both ACs working now or just still the one?
Oh, for here?
Yeah,
They're still working on it, but yeah, just in time
Yeah.
for
well,
another eviction clinic that I think is coming up in October, you guys.
Yes.
right,
Which was, we don't have a lot of information on it yet, but it was just a huge success. It was another way Portage
Right.
Township could help another,
right.
you know.
We're also talking about the driver's license expungement and getting that sorted out as well, so.
Yeah.
Gonna just be a whole bunch of different things. people
Yeah,
can
so
help with.
that first eviction clinic was, well, you guys know that before you guys even showed up to your meeting. They started lining up, remember, like at the food pit, do you remember that? 2-3 o'clock, it was 2 hours earlier, so like that, they started lining up out there for that. It was just amazing, you know, which is really, you know,
And having been there, you know, it would be nice if we could meet with a lady ahead of time.
yeah.
Okay, because
I
here's
actually
the
thought
deal.
about, yeah.
We need to talk to the lawyer that does it, because there are people who are trained in doing what she was done.
Are you talking about, oh my gosh, I just forgot her name, with the long dark hair, right?
Like, for instance, there was a sheet you had to fill out, right? And she was having people fill it out in front of her. When I finally said, this is just name, address, phone
Have them go out
number.
there with the clipboard, like. send
And
it
all,
out, they
so
have them
I
sit down
said,
and-
there's no reason they can't have this filled out ahead of time, instead of sitting down in front of you then filling it out. then
Maybe
you
have at the door, somebody or two people, you know what I mean, this is here.
Yeah,
You're here to see it,
So-
fill this out, then they start putting them in line like that.
I think we need to meet with them, or, like I said, there are people who are trained
Mhm,
in doing that first intake thing
mhm.
that we could have here and be having more than one person doing the intake.
Right, cause then it would kind of speed along some of the process of them getting, but yeah, that was wildly successful.
The other thing we need to get straight is, okay, the Notre Dame people, okay, they filed the paperwork for you.
Mhm.
The other people that were here did not file the paperwork for you. Okay,
Okay,
and so there was some confusion about having to make photocopies because those people had to file it themselves.
okay. I thought the purpose of that was that this group, whether they were the Notre Dame students or not, were gonna help, you know what I mean, like them file it.
No, the one half of it, the ones that are done, the people who are here, who do it every month at the library, they had to have the people's paperwork photocopied, and then they gave it back to them to go file it.
Okay,
Notre Dame people filed for you, so they were two different,
okay.
and we need to figure that out.
It might be that. Well, there might be the legal issue of whether or not they're allowed to do the filing or not. Right, because if they are not an attorney, I don't think they can do the filing.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is, you and I come together as relatives. you get yours filed. I don't get mine filed. I
Right,
have to file it myself. And I think people were getting confused. Well, my sister, she got hers filed, so I must not have, see what I'm saying?
right,
And I would say to people, no, you gotta file yours.
yeah,
Well, why did she get hers filed?
right.
Well, because the Notre Dame law students did hers and yours was done by another group of people. I would rather have all Notre Dame to file the paperwork.
There's other law students out there.
Huh?
Don't be knocking the other schools.
No, the people were fine.
No,
But-
but I mean, it might be an idea to like I said, I'm in a paralegal program at IUSB. Why can't they send some people? You know, I mean, looking at
Well, they can be all
other
brought up before the meeting, before they have
possible
the next
volunteer
clinic.
groups, you know?
Yeah.
Bring
All
it
I
together.
can say is, it's very confusing.
Yeah.
That one group has their paperwork filed by court and they don't have to go to the clerk, and one group of people have to go to the clerk.
Yep.
And we weren't ready to photocopy stuff. We thought all of it was being filed.
Yeah.
So we need to work that out.
We'll put clarification.
Okay, we are almost at 6 o'clock, so we have a
Alright.
couple more things here. Were there any updates on?
Fire territory?
Yeah, it's not on fire. Sorry.
It's all good, right?
Alright. Was there anything else?
I
Community,
don't
what
think-
was that?
Jason put that on there just.
It's
in case
exactly.
We have
Okay.
something to talk about in the community.
Yeah,
Okay.
staff, I don't think
No?
we're just all turning
But
on.
next month, I will probably have more because I will be talking with other people about a different kind of employment plan. So I'll probably have more to talk about when we get to the community part of it.
The driver's license? Yeah, keep working on that. Also, just we do have the Mattis opening on the 20th. So,
I may or may not be back from Indianapolis by then.
Then and I will be there.
I should be there for a bit.
Victor probably, my younger brother will probably be there too.
But we do need to do a bit of planning ahead on, with the Cubs doing their stuff there. Like I was saying to Jason, we need to look at what businesses are in the area, see how we can like turn that into a larger community thing. And I'd still like to make sure that we're watching kind of the data side, like who's involved, how many people are coming through, trying to see if there's ways that we can steer more business out to that side of the city, right?
You know what would be handy is to have someone to explain to us what the Cubs actually do. Like my question is, do they provide the uniforms or t-shirts for the kids?
Well, it's their.
Do they provide a glove?
I would
What?
say yes,
Yeah,
but
it's their team. So I would think so.
But it may be their team, but they don't provide like a mitt, so we need to know that kind
Well,
of
there
stuff.
probably need to be a contract involved with them using that, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's something that'll come up in the future,
right.
what their obligations will be.
I think that the Cubs being there is gonna bring a lot of business to the
Yeah.
west side because the side of town I live on that has a soccer field and all that other baseball stuff, I can tell you it's huge. And it is gonna bring a lot of money into the restaurants and there's hotels and there's shopping, whatever, even if they're going to, it definitely will.
And you guys y'all do have a table for Arts Cafe, right?
I need to check and see, cause I got the postcard for that and I don't know if it's been discussed, so I'm gonna make a note to say something more, cause that's on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so this weekend we have.
I'll be out there at the
opening,
door,
And then we have, Arts Cafe. So I'll be out there. Helping them set up.
But that's the only thing with the Cubs, I just like to know if,
If everything's
They're-
being supplied.
yeah. you know,
If everything on up, no.
or if it's their team, what does that mean? So they're gonna be maybe some kids who can't afford a mitt.
Well, I mean, we'll have a contract and, I mean, that's a ways down the line, so that's a good question
That's
to
a good
make sure
question I
that
put on
we
there.
Line.
figure out what they're
You'll send
doing.
this for me?
Oh, here,
I need these two signed and I know about the one.
All right, were there any other things to talk about in trustees report or general issues?
I don't know.
All right, I will take a motion to adjourn then.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye. So we are done recording, right?
Why are you about to yell?